All right, here we go. We are on to section 5.1. Yesterday was just kind of an introductory lesson. So it was a little bit longer though. Today's lesson should be pretty quick. Make sure that you go back and get yesterday's done if you need to. A couple definitions that we're going to be dealing with. The vertex is the max or min of an absolute value function written as an ordered pair, and the axis of symmetry is a line that divides a graph into two sections that are images of each other under a reflection written as x equals a number. So that's what I mean when what I have over here. X equals a number, like x equals 5, x equals 6, etc., etc. It's a line that goes up and down like that. All right, we're going to hop over to Desmos. We're going to graph the absolute value function. So we go here. If you go down here at the bottom, you hit the absolute value. Let me get rid of that for you. Do the absolute value of x, and then you hit it again. Okay, and then you just hit the graph button, and it graphs for you. And you can move it around and kind of see what it does. It's just a V. We can look at the table, and it just goes 2, 1, 0, 1, 2. So I come back over here, and that's what we're doing today. 2, 1, 0, 1, 2. So that's really simple. Let's just going right through all the dots that are already there. And it's just a nice V like that. All right, and it also asks you to identify the domain and range for problem number 1. So we're going to jump over here and do that. So what is our domain? Our domain is all real numbers. All right, and so what is all real numbers? All real numbers is just like anything you can put on a number line. So our x value could be absolutely anything over here. But our range, whether we want to write it like that, or you just want to do, usually actually do a capital D. So your domain was equal to all real numbers. Your range, what is our range equal to? Well, our range is equal to any number that needs to be y is greater than or equal to 0. Because you're never going to get a number down here. That doesn't work. But we can have 0 and any number bigger than that. And how you write those is kind of up to you. I went back here and actually just paused the video and went back and looked again in the book. And they write them in sentences. So instead of doing the domain equals with the real number symbol, they would write that the domain equals all real numbers, and it would all be in words. So how you do this is kind of up to you. Moving on to the next one. Okay, the next one is the absolute value of x. But this time, there's actually number 2 in front of it. And you'll notice that all it does is make the graph narrower. So now we're going to count by 2's. So you got 4, 2, 0, 2, 4. So you come back over here, and it'll be 4, 2, 0, 2, 4. So now it's just a little steeper V like so. I don't know why it's doing that. So again, what is the domain? Well, the domain is equal to sorry, having some problems with my ink pen today. And the range, so the domain is all real numbers, and the range again is the same thing. So your domain is all real numbers, your range is any number for y that is greater than or equal to 0. So how does the domain and range of these two compare? Well, they're the same. Nothing changes because we didn't shift it up and down, which is actually going to come eventually here. You'll see it starts to happen when you get to numbers 5 and 6. You'll notice as we graph these. So I'm going to do a couple more here and then leave the rest for you guys to finish up. So we're going to do next. Notice here, I plugged these in already for you. So you go over Desmos, and you just got to be careful that you're getting them in the correct spots. So this is -2 times the absolute value of x, and that -2 is in front, which is going to make it narrower. If you looked at your table, you'd see we're going by 2's again, which I already did, and this negative makes it an upside down V. There's some additional things that it asks this time. It asks for your axis of symmetry, it asks for your vertex, and it asks for the domain and the range. So the axis of symmetry is right here, right down the middle. That's x equals 0. That's the line that you could reflect it over. Our vertex is a point, 0, 0. Domain is all real numbers with that double R. And my range is any number less than or equal to 0. And now we'll notice on this last one, the +2 is after the absolute value. So we bring up the absolute value of x, and then we add 2, and what you'll see is that it shifts it up 2 spots. So now we have a new minimum, if we were doing maxes and mins, at 0, 2. So we put the points in here. So it starts at 2, and it goes up like so. And same thing here. So what's our axis of symmetry? Well, that doesn't change. It's still being reflected right here. So our axis of symmetry is x equals 0. Our vertex is now 0, 2, and that's a minimum point. This one up here is a maximum point. Our domain hasn't changed on any of these yet today, all real numbers, but our range is now greater than or equal to 2. Okay? Your job is to finish up. I think you can tackle 5 and 6 without me explaining it. It's just asking for the rate of change. But you'll notice that all of these are asking vertex, axis of symmetry, domain, range. So just continue this on. Use Desmos to make it go pretty quick. So obviously you got to finish these, and then all of this page as well, which is page 9. So your upload will have pages 5, 6, and 9. Have a good day.